stuff circling around on the internet right now, and almost everyone is talking about a no buy year. And I just think that this is super, super unrealistic, especially if you have been in an over-consuming mindset. I think if you are really over-consuming, that a year no buy is just going to set you up for failure. And I think the biggest thing when setting up goals for a new year is setting up goals that are actually achievable, and it will build your confidence by reaching them, and then you will take on bigger things. So I think doing a no buy month or a no buy 3 month is a really, really good thing and a really good intention to start with, because I actually think that this is way more easier to achieve, and you will feel really good about yourself, and it will make you and your spending habits into the future way better. So let's get into what I am changing and why we are doing it. I often tend to do a no buy on the first couple months of the year because it really resets me. It makes me not lean too much onto instant gratification, because obviously that's what shopping is. It is an instant gratification when you hit that order button, or you receive a package in the mail, or you go to Target and buy something. So I think it's really important to set yourself up not for failure but for success, and by doing this is doing not too many months. Also, I'm sure that everyone's no buy goals are very different. So if you really want to get your debt down, or you want to save up money to go on a trip, or you just wanted to really remove that instant gratification, that cheap dopamine hit that isn't cheap because you're actually paying for it with your real money. But I think those are the differences that you need to look into for yourself, what the reason is why you're doing it, and then make your plans according to that. I will share my list over here of what I am doing, so let's go through them. So number one for me is going to be to not buying any new makeup or skincare until it is empty. Like, if you already own this many lip balms or this many lipsticks, like, you don't need another one, okay? There's no need to buy a new one or a different shade when you still have some. It's just unnecessary. And like, how often do you actually finish a product that you buy? Obviously, if you really don't like it, you don't have to. But often we just hop from one product to another because we just want to try something new, even though that the other product is fine. Like, I, for example, have so many lip balms from Summer Fridays or Polite Society because I love them. But then, like, I don't really need every fucking shade. They're all super similar. Like, why do I need a new flavor? It's nonsense. So stop getting yourself into that. Then number two is no coffee to go unless it is a special occasion. And for me, a special occasion is hanging out with a friend. So if I'm going intentionally to a coffee place to have coffee with my friends and spend quality time, I'm allowed to buy a coffee. I'm allowed to buy a little cake or whatever the fuck. I'm not allowed to buy coffee at Whole Foods or whenever I'm just doing grocery shopping. Like, it's ridiculous to go buy that when I'm just doing groceries. You know what I mean? Then I'm not allowed to buy any clothing unless I sell something. So if I'm seeing trousers from $200 that I really want, I have to sell clothing for up to $200 before I can buy it, and then I'm allowed to buy it. So with that, you delay the instant gratification of just like ordering it like that, but also you make space because you are actually letting go of stuff. And obviously, the more clutter you have, the more you avoid getting money into your life, because money doesn't like clutter. And then also, you don't need to own so much. Like, owning that much, it all holds emotion, it all holds energy, and like having too much is not good for you. Then I'm focusing on meal prepping and eating at home a lot. We're already kind of like having this more and more in place because my husband and I really love trying out new restaurants. We eat out so much, so we really had to tune it down a little bit because it was getting out of hand. Like, you don't need to go out for dinner 3 times a week, you know what I'm saying? I personally don't order any food from like apps like Uber Eats. I just have never done that, so that is not for me something to focus on. But for example, if that is something that you have a habit of, ordering food online instead of cooking, then maybe that's a good one to add to your no buy list, to stop ordering Uber Eats and just go make your own pasta or whatever. I think that that is a good one. Then I'm unsubscribing from newsletters and deleting some shopping apps, because I get into the habit of, if there's a discount, that I'm just like, oh, maybe I should buy this now just for when my product is empty, whatever. Like, just like stock up on items that I know I'm using. But sometimes in a few months you switch your product up, right? So then you for example, like stocked up on your favorite product, but then maybe in a few months you're just like over it and you want to try something new. but then you have so much of this product sitting. So I think just trying to, for myself, to not get into that spending habit of just having it because it's on discount is really, really important. Then for me, only purchasing essentials also means Pilates and supplements. So I really, really take my health seriously, and I really, really like Pilates. X-form Pilates is my religion. I literally, that's just something I go to 3 times a week. It really helps my mental health. It helps my physically. I've never felt this strong and this healthy. So that is definitely something I really, really will continue to do and not skip on in those months, because that's important to me. I was reading yesterday about overconsumption. I'm sure you have seen the overconsumption Netflix documentary, and me being a creator, obviously this all is not benefiting me or my business. But I do think that we really are over-consuming, and I do want people to feel happy, because I do think a lot of people over-consume because they're not happy. So this is why I wanted to make this video, to talk about it, because from 2016 to 2021, we globally consumed over 75% of what we did in the entire 20th century, which is fucking insane to think about. But it gets worse. The impulse purchases have increased 72% since 2020. And I really, really, really think that this is all due to the pandemic, and for a few reasons. I think a lot of people have been a lot more unhappy since the pandemic because of the trauma that it has caused. So people are over consuming because it makes them feel happy. Then I also think that people are really unhappy because we are too much on social media, not enough outside, not enough really connected to our core nature as human beings, and too much in screens and concrete jungle shit. That really also makes us overconsume to just feel something. Then obviously it's gotten way too easy to order things, like through Amazon, through whatever. Like, it's so easy that now you can literally sit on your bed, you can sit on the toilet, anywhere, and you can order anything to your house, which is crazy to think about that is a thing. I love it, but also it's not good if you keep doing that too much. Obviously, when you would only go to stores to buy stuff, you literally would be like, ugh, no, if I really want to buy a new t-shirt, I have to hop in my car, I have to drive to the mall, I have to see if there's any that I like, and I have to see if they have it in my size, then I have to buy it. And like, physically swiping your card takes a lot more mental registration to buy something than just typing in your PayPal password on your phone. So I do think that that also has a lot of contribution with it. And obviously this is not good for the environment, it's not good for anything. And out of the 1 billion packages that entered the US in 2022, 1/3 came from Shein and Temu. And I do think that this is a massive problem, because things are so accessible and so cheap that it's easier to overconsume and to buy a lot. And like, just like thinking about packaging, that many packages coming into the US is really so much. And it's just, honestly, seeing all this so on paper is really, well, on paper on my phone, it's just really insane. And in these 3 months, or whatever time base you set for yourself to not be shopping or over consuming, if you really feel the urge to buy something, there's a few questions I think are really crucial to ask yourself in this moment. Because a no buy shouldn't just be about not spending and, you know, resisting the urge to spend or just to have more money in your bank account. You should also try to figure out where it's coming from. Why do I feel the urge to buy this? Like, why do I feel like I need this, right? So like, is it coming from I need to fill a void? Is it coming from you feel really sad today, something shitty happened and you're trying to cheer yourself up? Is it coming up because you feel insecure and you want to belong and you want to follow the trends to be part of that? Are you lacking community? Are you lacking deep relationships with people? Like, I think there's so much to consumption that we don't on the surface just think about, because it's coming from somewhere, especially since the pandemic is that we consume so much. So also ask yourself, like, do I really need it? Like, can I live without it? For example, I cannot live without coffee. I would never do a no buy and deny myself access to coffee, because it's something that genuinely makes me happy. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel energized. It makes me feel, I don't know, I love it. Like, I would not deny myself that, you know what I'm saying? But if it's something that you really could live without, like, I don't really need another box of tea. I have so many teas. You know what I'm saying? So I think kind of like looking at it like that, or like, why do I really want this sweater? Have I been looking for it for a while? What's also a good tip, what my friend Dominique told me, is like, in the time that you do a no buy, screenshot everything that you would have instantly bought otherwise, and just at the end of the no 3-month buy, or whatever time you do a no buy, you can pick out one item from that list and buy it, and even look at them and if you still want them or not, because often you don't even want them anymore after such a long time. You know what I'm saying? So those things are really, really good. And this also really helps you to work on like delaying your dopamine hits and delaying your instant need for gratification, because we just live in a world for instant gratification, and this is really hurting us. It is not helping us, because you constantly feel more and more unsatisfied because you get everything so quick. And that is with everything, because we are just consuming too much information, too much products, we're just consuming too much of everything, and our brains can literally just not handle it, and it's just not healthy for us. So do think like journaling a little bit through your no buy, and really write down these feelings that are coming up for yourself, really writing down why you're feeling this way, why you feel that you really want to buy this, what feelings are coming up, and really sitting with them so you can figure out why you keep feeling the urge to buy. I've done this many times. One time it made me realize that I was really unhappy at my job, and that I was buying so much to just feel more happier and just have something to look forward to, because I was really unhappy at my job. Then like the last few months, I feel like I have definitely been spending a lot more than earlier this year, and it's because I've been going through grief, and I feel because I've been going through grief, I have been purchasing more, because it definitely, like, you know, brings me some joy and makes me feel a certain way, and like get that dopamine hit that I need, that I feel like I need. And that is some things that I need to reset a little bit in myself, and just go more for walks in nature, and just do more other things that also bring you really more healthy ways of dopamine. And with that being said, I'm also definitely decluttering and selling a lot and putting it on Poshmark, because I do want to resell some things, because I feel really overwhelmed by this amount of stuff that I own. So I do want to sell some stuff. I don't think like doing a whole Emma Chamberlain closet clear out is healthy to do, because I think a lot of people will regret items they buy, or they will just instantly buy other items to replace things. Your style really can change from month to month, from year to year, and some pieces are just really worth holding on to and not just like get rid of so quickly. So I do think that that is also a good thing to keep in mind. If you haven't worn something for a year, maybe then get rid of it. But if it's like a really specific item and you really love it, don't get rid of it. I am definitely going to put some more things on Poshmark. That being said, I'm going to be doing a January to March no buy. I'm really excited for it, because last time I did this, I really felt really good about myself, and really felt like I was just more in the driver's seat of my life. And I think that that is one of the most important things when it comes to overconsumption. It is because you feel not in control of your life, you feel not in control of your happiness, and I think doing the reset really helps you to set you up for success, not for failure, because you're not going to instantly push yourself to do a year of no buy, because I do think that is really unrealistic, and you shouldn't be doing that or putting yourself up for that, because I feel like you're setting yourself up for failure, and you're just going to feel shittier about yourself, and you're going to probably end up over consuming even more. So yeah, like and subscribe if you like content like this. I want to keep it real on here, but also I do obviously love consuming. I am a creator, I am a business owner. I have always been a huge lover of products and trying out products, and I will continue to do so. And that is just the core of my identity, I feel like. So I will definitely continue to do that, but it's good to set a little reset, just be more on top of shit, and just do a little reset is really healthy, and I think everyone should do that from time to time. And yeah, let's just all overall just consume less.